Hello, you're welcome back. We are still treating college mathematics, and the topic is still bearings. So we have a question on the board. A woman walks due east from point A to point B, a distance of 8 kilometers. She then changes direction and walks 6 kilometers to point C on a bearing of 0.48 degrees. What is the distance from A to C? What is the bearing of C from A? So as usual, we have to start by drawing the diagram. Okay, we said the woman walks due east from A to B. So let us take this to be our A point A, due east to the right. So let us take this to be the end point, 8 kilometers. Then at B, we decided to change direction and walk 6 kilometers to point C on a bearing of this. So here we have this. This is the bearing, 0.48 degrees. 0.48 degrees. So let us take this to be point C. So we now have from here, okay. So that's what we are looking for. And then we have to find what is the distance from A to C. A to C. Then bearing of C from A. Okay, first of all, let us move on. Again, here you can see that this is not a right angle, the triangle. So see, this is 48 and this is 90. For us to find the whole of angle B, we say that angle B should be equal to 90 plus 48. And that will give us 138 degrees. 138 degrees. Okay. Then we have to find AC. So we are going to use the cosine rule. And why are we using cosine rule? Whenever you have two sides and one angle, the best thing is to use cosine rule. But if you have two angles and one side, two angles and one side, you can use the sine rule. So we are told that this is 6 kilometers. So it will look as if it's bigger, but we have to use it like that. Okay. Now, okay. So now we are going to continue by trying to find. So this is our small b, this is our small a, and this is our small c. So using the cosine rule, we are looking for small b. B squared is equal to a squared plus c squared minus 2ac plus b. That is from cosine rule. And that means that we have our small a is 6. 6 squared plus 8 squared minus 2 times 6 times 8 cos 138. Because the whole of this is 138, the whole of this. Okay. So that will give us 36 plus 64 minus, this is 12. 12 times 8 is 96 cos 138. That will give us 100 when you add these two, minus 96. Then we look for cos 138, either from your four-figure table or from calculator, and that will give us minus 0.7431 bracket minus 0.7431, and this will give us 100 plus 96 times 0.7431. Remember, it is now plus because minus and minus will change to plus. And that will give us 100 plus, when you multiply out, we have 71.3376. So if we add it, it means that b squared should give us, when you add this, 171.3376. Therefore, b is equal to square root of 171.3376. And that will now give us 13.09 kilometers. 13.09 kilometers. That is the distance from A to C. Therefore, distance from A to C equal to 13.09 kilometers. Okay, so we have succeeded in getting that. Then the next thing we have to, they said, what is the bearing of C from A? Bearing of C from A should be this. So let us take this theta to present that. So for us to get this, we need to find this one. Let us call this X degree. We need to find that and then subtract from 90. So what do we use to find this angle? We can use a sine rule. That is, we can use that's question number B now. A over sine A equal to B over sine B. That is, this over sine this equal to this over sine this. That will give us A is 6. 6 over sine A. 6 over sine A, which is equal to B 13.09 all over sine 138. So, in continuation, we have 6 sine 138 degrees equal to 13.09 sine A. And that means that therefore sine A will be equal to 6 sine 6 sine 138 degrees all over 13.09. Then we move on. From there, we can come up here to continue. So from there, we now have that will give us 6 times. You check your sine 3138 from the table, and that will give us 0.6691. 0.6691. We are dividing by 13.09. And if you carry out the division, that will give us 0.3067. And that means that sine A equal to 0.3067. Therefore, sine inverse A is the same thing as sine inverse 0.3067, which will give us, you carry out, to go to your calculator or four-figure table, you will arrive at 17.86. 17.86 degrees, approximately equal to 18 degrees. So we have succeeded in getting angle A, which we call x. Therefore, x equal to 18 degrees. But remember, we have said that theta is the bearing. So we know that theta plus x degree equal to 90 degrees. Therefore, theta plus 18 degrees equal to 90, so that theta is equal to 90 degrees minus 18 degrees, and that is 72 degrees. Therefore, the bearing of C from A is equal to 72 degrees. So we have succeeded in getting the bearing, which is the theta. As I told you, bearing will always start from the north clockwise. So from here to here is the bearing of C from A. C from A, that is this, not the whole of this. So please like, share, comment, and subscribe. If there's any question, you put it in the comment section so that I will see it and then put solution in my next video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that with that, I'll continue to push more forward. Thank you for all your support so far, because I discovered that many people are really watching my videos. Thank you very much.